Today on Profs Huddle, we have everything from highlights to upcoming matchups that you won't want to miss.
Let's get ready to huddle.
Header towards the net, it's in! Leary throws it down.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Profs Huddle. I'm Sean Dickinson.
And I'm Joe Skipsey. Like you said, Sean, we have a lot of games to go over, so let's get right into it.
It's springtime, and you know what that means. It's time for baseball and softball to start up again.
Profs baseball had its home opener on Wednesday against the 2-3 Cabrini Cavaliers. Drew Ryback took the mound for the Profs, where he pitched 7 innings, giving up 2 hits, struck out 9, and did not give up a single walk in the 6-1 victory. Trip McCaffrey had 3 hits, and Ryan Murphy had a solo home run. Profs baseball next game will be a doubleheader on Saturday, April 3rd at King University. The Profs softball home opener was a doubleheader against Muhlenberg College. In Game 1, Profs shortstop Peyton McNair went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs in the 5-3 win against Muhlenberg. Muhlenberg shortstop Sarah Karmazin had 3 hits in the loss. Game 2, Profs pitcher Emily August went 4 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts in the 6-3 win. Profs designated player Kelly Duffy had 3 hits in the win. Profs softball next game will be a doubleheader at home against Stockton University.
Thanks for that, Joe. Our boys and girls in the Diamond are looking pretty good so far this season. Hopefully they can keep this momentum going. Rowan athletes may have only recently resumed gameplay, but they've been working hard all offseason to be ready for the spring 2021 season. After all the practice and uncertainty, athletes are happy to show off their stuff out on the field. I was able to catch up with freshman baseball player Garrett Smith, who discussed what it's like being new to college athletics during a strange season.
Garrett, so this season, sports are finally back at Rome, which I'm sure is a great feeling. And you being a freshman and all, can you tell, there's a difference between conditioning and getting prepped for this season than normal seasons, or is it just all the same to you?
It's pretty much all the same right now. I mean, I've never seen a regular season or how it really flows. I know we have a lot less games scheduled for this season and stuff, but based on what the older guys tell me and what I've heard from past seasons and stuff, it's completely different, nothing the same.
Okay, what are you most looking forward to this season, though?
This season, for sure, just getting back on the field, being able to play with these guys that we've been practicing with, or I've been practicing with for 6-7 months now, and just finally be able to get on the field, because being a freshman, my senior year got taken away in high school, so I haven't really been on a field in over a year.
And I know you said you were talking to some of the upperclassmen about what it's usually like during season and preseason. Are you looking forward to next year?
Just about the same. I mean, the older guys and everyone's working their butts off to do the best they can, no matter what type of season we have or anything. All the guys are going to continue to fight no matter how many games we have or what type of restrictions we have to accommodate to.
It's good to see that both new and returning athletes are adjusting well to the changes. Let's hope that the Profs can make the most out of the season.
And not only are the baseball players adjusting well, but others are too. Here's Sheldon Reynolds with some info on how the women's lacrosse team has been performing.
Thanks, guys. This week, the Profs secured their first win of the season against Kane University. Here's some footage from the game. And in that game, Ashley Lecklider scored their first goal with an assist from Sophia Chavo. The Cougars answered back with 2 goals by Donna Meehan and Sam Murray, but this was the only time the Cougars had a lead in the game. In the second half, Emily Breschneider scored a goal for the Cougars, and the Profs had goals from Dara Hennessy, Ashley Lecklider, and McKenna Donald. The Cougars eventually answered back with their last goal of the game by Katie Pileggi, but the Cougars were still behind by 8 goals at that point. Profs were not done yet, and they will go on to score unanswered goals from Elise Cohen, Ashley Lecklider, and Aaron Renshaw, ending the game with a final score of 18-6. Elise Cohen was named the NJAC Offensive Player of the Week as she scored a career-high 6 goals to lead Rowan to a dominating first win of the season. The Profs and the Cougars will meet again on April 17th at Kane University.
Thanks, Sheldon. Great to see Rowan's women's lacrosse capture their first win of the season and in a landslide, too. Last year, 2 key senior softball pitchers had their season cut short and graduated without an opportunity to mentor new players. This year's freshman pitcher, Kat Thomas, has become a breakout star with her dominant performance in her first game. Garrett Early tells us more.
With a new year comes new challenges, and this year Rowan University softball isn't only faced with one huge challenge, but 2. Jessie DiDomenico and Lauren Shannon both spent all 4 years with the Profs and were key pieces for the Brown and Gold's pitching rotation. However, after they graduated, someone new has to take the reins, and that someone looks to be freshman Kat Thomas.
In the fall, it was a little overwhelming. I was like, kind of had a lot of big shoes to fill, but as a whole, we are a new pitching staff, and I think that's, people might look at it as like a flaw, but I think it's like very beneficial for us because teams don't really know what to expect. They don't really know anything about our pitching staff.
The pitcher from Immaculate Heart Academy is only 4 games into her college career, has already turned heads with her performance for the Profs. She says the team behind her has helped her more than anything to getting out to such a successful start.
That, like, the thing about all of us is I think we want each other to succeed. Like, we want each other to do well. And like, every time I would come in from an inning, they'd be coming up to me like, great job. Like, and like, even just like helping me with something I can fix in practice. And like, especially Emily, like, she's a senior, like watching her at practice and like the way she pitches and like how she knows what to do has been really helpful for me.
So far in the year, Thomas is 2-2 with a 2.07 ERA, which ranks second for the Brown and Gold. In the first week of the regular season, Thomas was named NJAC Rookie Pitcher of the Week for her performances versus Washington College, and in her first collegiate start, she pitched a complete game shutout with 3 strikeouts on the day.
I was not expecting it at all, so when coaches told me, I was like really surprised, but it was a really good feeling because I think it just really has given me a lot of confidence for the rest of the season, and like it made me like feel like I know that I can hang in with like these programs and I can compete against the competition that we're playing.
Thomas looks to be a key piece for the Profs, not only for this year, but for years to come.
Thanks, Gary. It's great to see young talent exceeding on the field. We are now in week 3 of the spring sports season, and the Profs had some great games so far. Sean, would you mind telling us what our teams have coming up on their schedules?
I'd love to, Joe. First up, we have the Stockton Invitational for both men and women's track and field. The meet starts at 4 p.m. on the 26th and features over 15 different events. Next up, we have 3 different softball games. We start off with a doubleheader against Stockton University on the 27th. Last year's contest between the Profs and the Ospreys was canceled due to COVID-19, so this matchup should be a fun one to watch. Then the Profs host Jersey City University on March 30th. In their last meeting, Rowan beat Jersey City 13-0. In fact, the Profs are undefeated against the Gothic Knights. Can they keep their streak alive? We'll find out soon.
Thanks, Sean. The Prof softball team is currently 4-4, so they are looking to chalk both of these games up in the win column to give them a winning record. It's great to see how our in-season athletes are performing, but what about the winter and fall athletes that never had a season? Here's how women's soccer goalie Jade Inese is staying in shape during her offseason.
When COVID first hit and we were stuck in our houses, we were trying to think of ways to just keep in shape and stay motivated. We didn't know if we were going to have a season or not coming into the fall. So what we did is we created like a group Instagram, and we would share our workouts with each other. We would do Instagram takeovers. We would post when we would go on runs and kind of do stuff like that. We would do Zoom calls every once in a while and share our workouts, which was really nice. We were just kind of keep in shape. Our energy is so high. We're so pumped and ready to like jump back into a game. We've been practicing and working together for so long that I think at this point, I think we might come out even stronger next season than we have in the past, just because of how long it's been building up and how much time we've had to work on little things like technique and stuff like that. Staying in shape really hasn't been that hard for us. I mean, when you don't have anything else to do, like it's kind of nice to have these little team workouts and stuff like that. But I would definitely say the mental aspect of staying, like keeping your morale up and just like hoping that you're going to have a season. We do during the spring off season, we do 3 to 4 days a week. We would train indoors in the winter when it's really cold. And then we gradually transition to outdoors as it gets warmer out. And then over the summer, we have a lot of time off, but we're still normally sharing workouts and just like that. We get a summer workout packet just to make sure we're still staying in shape. And then we start preseason in August. And we have a couple weeks to kind of get back into the swing of things and get ready for the fall season.
Great interview and info from Jade. Thanks to Prof Huddle reporter Zach Riley for that segment. That's it for this episode of the Profs Huddle. I'm Sean Dickinson.
And I'm Joe Skipsey. We'll see you next time when we get back in the huddle.